Cheers. Long time no see, right? Well, you'll probably see this soon, but there has been like a few weeks, maybe 2 weeks, that I didn't record, and actually I didn't do anything on Wesonder because I don't know, I was just thinking. That's it. But now I'm back, more dedicated than before. And we actually developed some approaches. I think that's this time that I took served as a way to think the best approaches because I was approaching Wisunder correctly until I started to rumble about what was the best approach, and now I got it. I created an iteration approach using the computer for loop programming languages for loop um, functionality that you iterate towards within a list or a set of values or variables, and you go one by one. So this is what I'm gonna be doing right now. Instead of developing multiple approaches and developing different sectors of the project, I'm gonna focus on one sector and I'm gonna iterate through every step until that sector is completed. I will not jump to the next step until I finish with the present step. Um, so that's what I'm gonna do right now. The goal, and I'm not gonna set goals by due dates, but just by progress, because I don't want to be rushing things. I want to actually do it right, as where I describe it. I I don't know. These 2 weeks gave me time to think about it. Think about not only Wisunder but also life. I had to make some decisions. I also had to, yeah, basically, just to put it lightly, and because I don't want to share my life in the internet, I just had to make some tough decisions, um, which required time, reflection, rumination, and yeah, I just had to make very crucial decisions, which it's understandable. I mean, we all get to that point in life sometimes, and I don't think it's gonna be the last time I get to that point in life. It's just one of those, and I had to take a few weeks off to think about life. Um, yeah, but my dreams are the same. There is no change in my dreams. My dreams are to rely and live off my own creations. That's my dream. Um, and just live a happy life. That's it. I don't want to be a millionaire. I don't want to be the owner of the world. I just want to live a simple, happy life, but living off my own creations. That's it. But in order to do so, I need my creations to be, unfortunately, profitable. And I say unfortunately because in order to thrive in this current contemporary world, you need money. Um, at least, I mean, sure you can try, but I want freedom too. Money gives you freedom, but that's another topic. We're here to talk about Wisunder, and we're gonna be approaching Wisunder slowly but correctly. So cheers. I will record everything. I do. I don't care if I study. I will record everything. I don't need to. I will. I probably will not talk that much. I'm just explaining right now because I haven't seen you guys. Well, it's not like there is guys right now, but I haven't record in a long time. So I just wanted to get this off of my chest and explain things because I know I will look back at this video one day and say, hell yeah, hell yeah. But yeah, I mean, but the progress is arduous, is rough, you know. But I understand the reward. The reward is above any progress. The reward is more rewarding, and the reward is worth whatever. Honestly, the reward is worth any journey. To be honest. Um. Anyway, enough of my rant. Enough of my reflection out loud. Let's work in on Wisunder. Cheers. All right. Display a checkbox in the projects map. So let me show you what I have right now. Wisunder.com display. I have the projects and I'm limiting those projects to 1,000 because I have 300,000 projects to show from the DIR website, and if I show them all, it takes what? It takes time to load, which I don't want. I want, which is why, and I was actually going to do this. I think it's GL, something like that. Yeah, I was gonna do this, the supercluster, but it takes too much memory, and I don't want a user to deal with this because my intended audience is people from the construction field. That of course includes people from the office, like millionaires in their offices sitting there, but also people in the field. And I have been in the field for a few months, and there is no good internet there, especially when the company is not as successful as the one that I work with. And I want to target all of the type of the audiences, and I don't want people to be people's browser to be overloaded with so many. So and also not only that, but in order to use this, you need an API from Mapbox, and I don't want to deal with APIs because this is gonna be mass produced. So I want to be everything local. I want the program to have everything inside the program. Everything. I don't want third parties. I just want to use Leaflet, JavaScript, PHP, HTML, and MySQL. That's it. Everything's gonna be in the same server. I don't want to use third parties or other sources because then it gets complicated, and I don't want to get complicated. Um, you gotta think that this is my first project. This is my first mass project, so I want to make it right, but also reliable. Also, in simple too. I mean, I don't consider myself a software engineer or a full stack developer. Honestly, I think I'm just. It's just hard to describe oneself, because you're always something more, and you can always be something more. And I don't know. I think my skills in backend are intermediate, and in frontend are still a beginner. But I'm still working. I'm still working. Anyway, I'm ranting too much. Yeah, I'm not gonna do the super cluster. I'm gonna divide the display by counties, because as you can see, let me show you. I have a column called the county, so that's cool. Thankfully, we did that before. All right, so projects. I saw a video to PHP using Checkbox.
Hey, welcome to Draft Academy. My name's Mike. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you guys how we can get input from checkboxes in PHP. This is going to be a pretty cool tutorial because not only are we going to learn how to get input from text boxes, but we're also going to see how we can use arrays out in the real world. So this is going to be an example where we're actually get information from the user. We'll store that information inside of an array, and then we can kind of work with it. So this is going to be pretty cool. Now, over here in my program, I have just sort of a basic program set up already. Down here, I have a form, and you can see the action is site.
So what is form?
.php. That's this file that I'm currently working on. And then over here, the method is post. And then down here, we have our submit button. So this is a pretty standard form. And then down here in our PHP, I haven't actually written anything yet. So what I want to do is I want to show you guys how we can work with checkboxes. And a checkbox is basically just, like a little box where you can check. And what we'll actually do is we'll have like a list of checkboxes. So we'll have like 4 or 5. And what we're going to do is we're going to allow the user to select their favorite fruits. So I'm going to have like a little list of a bunch of fruits, and the user will be able to check which fruits they like, and they'll be able to submit that information to us. So it's going to be pretty cool. And we'll just kind of demonstrate how we can use checkboxes and how we can also use arrays. So over here, right on top of this submit, I'm going to make another input. I'm just going to say input, the type is going to be equal to checkbox. So this is basically going to tell HTML that we want to create a checkbox. And then over here, I want to demonstrate how.
Let's see. By the way, let's just test things out, man. Input. Text box. Here it is.
How we can use checkboxes and how we can also use arrays. So over here, right on top of this submit, I'm going to make another input. I'm just going to say input, the type is going to be name, so I'm going to say multiple checkboxes. We always want to put these fruits, and I'm going to make an open and closed square bracket. Now, whenever we're trying to get input from like multiple checkboxes, we always want to put these square brackets here. And basically that's going to signify that we're going to store all of these fruits inside of an array. And once they're in the array, it'll be a lot easier for us to work with them and do different things with them. And finally, I want to put one more attribute down here, which is going to be value. And value is essentially going to be the value that this checkbox is going to have associated to it. So we're going to have this checkbox be a checkbox for apples. So that's going to be our first fruit. So if the user checks this checkbox, that means that they like apples because that's the value over here. And then I'm just going to...
All right, so checkbox, name, counties. Oh yeah, I need to fix that Riverside. Let's see. Projects, Riverside. Okay, they are in Riverside. Okay, let's do the one with. Let's do San Diego, the best country in the U.S. The best county and municipality as well.
I'm going to put a break over here. And actually, I'm going to do one more thing. So I'm going to come over here to the left of this input, and I'm just going to type out what it is for. So I'll just say apples. And now what I'm going to do is I'm basically going to do this for a bunch of different fruits. So I'm going to go ahead and copy this line of code. And once again, over here, I'm going to change this to name and stored. And here that we get all these different checkboxes. And what's cool about checkboxes is I can check multiple boxes. So, I can basically just check it.
Okay, so I'm going to one by one. San Diego name.
Uncheck. Submit. I want to be able to get that information, right? If they select, and remember, in other words, I want to store the values that the user checks pieces of information. And that's basically what I was saying down here in this name. I'm saying I want to store all of these values. In other words, I want to store the values that the user checks inside of this fruits array. So inside of our PHP now, we can actually get that information. So what I can do is I can come back.
All right, counties, I guess so.
Here, and I'm going to create a variable called fruits, and I'm going to set this equal to $_ post in all capitals. And remember, I use post up here, so I want to use post down here.
What is that? I have seen that multiple times. Method post action index. Okay.
And I'm going to make an open and close square bracket. And inside of here, we're just going to type out fruits. So I'm basically typing out the name that I specified up here. Although we're going to leave PHP now, we can actually get these values. In other words, I want to store the values that the user checks inside of this fruits array. So inside of our PHP now, we can store all of these values. In other words, I want to store the values that the user checks inside of this fruits array. So inside of our PHP now, we can actually get that information. So what I can do is I can come down here and I'm going to create a variable called fruits, and I'm going to set this equal to $_ post in all capitals. And remember, I use post up here, so I want to use post down here. And I'm going to make an open and close square bracket, and inside of here, we're just going to type out fruits. So I'm basically typing out the name that I specified up here, although we're going to leave off the square brackets. We don't need that. So down here, I now am storing all the fruits that the user checked and submitted inside of this variable. And actually, this is an array. So this is an array that's holding all the fruits that the user checked from the checkbox. So
I see. Okay. So county selection. action is gonna be exposed fruits counties. Selected. Everything is okay. No problem, right? Okay, everything is cool. All right.
So I can come down here and why don't we just like echo this out just so we can kind of see what's going on. So I'll echo out fruits 0. So this is basically going to tell us what the first fruit that was
Let's see.
checked is. So over here back on our web browser, I'm just going to refresh the page. And now I'm going to go ahead and do this. So I'm going to check apples and oranges. So I'm checking 2 of these different boxes.
Yeah.
When I click submit, we should be printing out apples because that was the first what the first fruit that was checked is. So over here back on
Input type submit. Okay. So I mean, I know I'm copying right now, but yeah, I see. Okay, but I don't want to print that. I just actually wanna the user to click submit and then display the ones for the counties, the respective counties. All right. I get it. So what happens if we do that? Yeah. Okay, cool.
on our web browser, I'm just going to refresh the page. And now I'm going to go ahead and do this. So I'm going to check apples and oranges. So I'm checking 2 of these different boxes. When I click submit, we should be printing out apples because that was the first checkbox that I checked. So now when I click submit, you see we're getting apples down here. If I was to come over here and print out fruits 1, so this is going to be the second fruit in the list. Now, if I do the same thing, so if I do apples and oranges, we should be printing out oranges because that was the second element that was stored inside of that array. If I only checked one of these though, so that's basically how these checkboxes work, right? I can set up all these different getting passed back. This is a pretty, hey, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and
All right, yeah, cool. But how do we correlate this with this? Okay. By the way, we have display. This is completed. Okay, but now new goal. Correlate the county checkbox with the display. Okay, no, that's incomplete. Okay, so let's just leave it like that, and then let's just make arrangements. But as of right now, that stays the same. What do you mean? Yeah, one by one, right? Let's do one by one. Okay, so for method follows action index PHP. Oh, I see. San Diego input type. I will need to create another folder to display this, but that's in the future. Right now, San Diego. Value San Diego, okay. I want to take this the following. I mean, let's see. Take the following. Wait a minute. County in question. County selection. So it's a county selected. Wait a minute. County in question. Okay, and I think I just display the, and I don't think I even need to do difficult shit here. I think I can just okay, I think I got it. Okay. To display. Okay. What is? Come on, man. How can I have a PHP variable county selected San Diego. How can on MySQL I have a column titled counties, right? County. How can I only, what is a query? Where county equals what? limit where county equals HTML. It's not STMT. County equals county selected, okay? Yeah, that's actually what I was looking for. That's exactly what I'm talking about, mate. That's exactly what I'm talking about. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Just look at this, man. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Riverside. You see what I'm talking about? I mean, do you see what I'm talking about, or not kinda? Which, by the way, this shows something stupid. But we can fix that now. Now, that's good. We can put everything on a table. But we don't want to do submit, though. We don't want to click submit. Okay. That's cool. So, we have a lot of work to do. Counties selected, value orange. Let's see, orange. How many counties are there in California? If I have to guess, I remember. Shit, how can I remember this? 57? Almost, almost, almost. But that's good. Now we got it. Okay. Alright, that's a good step. That's a good step. It's a very good step. Let's keep moving. Let's keep moving. We check boxes and the display of projects. However, let's see something. Because I think if I remove this, it's still gonna load, right? I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I knew it. But not that much though, which is good. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ouch. Why am I Okay, there is a lot of changes to make, but that's later. At least now we have made progress. This works, but but we need to shit. Okay, there's a lot of things to do here. Okay, what's the next step? We need this works, but there is a few seconds of load. We still need to embellish the display, and probably we will need to do another PHP file separately. I know what to do. Oh, okay, never mind. $88.89, but yeah, so it keeps growing and growing and growing. So every time we're actually doesn't look like it, but we are closer and closer and closer. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is mathematics. Okay, now what's next? What's next is remove the submit button functionality. Okay, we need a way to is there a way currently I'm using checkbox. It works well, but is there a way to checkbox to remove the submit option? I want the program to execute the code once the checkbox is clicked without the need the submit button. Currently, in order to execute the code, I need to click oh, what the fuck is this, man? Let's adapt. ID checkbox form. Input type. If that's how it is, that's how it is, man. I gotta learn ID checkbox. ID counties checkboxes. Checkboxes. Oh, sorry, I'm just used to Python. Type checkbox. Okay. Yeah, that's true. I could just do it there, right? San Diego, Riverside. Input orange. Perfect. And then look, still working. It's slow, but it's working, right? Perfect. Fuck, I fucking hate saying that. Why the fuck doesn't get like the fucking right? Anyway, okay. Value 1 name option. Okay. You know what? Yeah, let's do this one here. Type checkbox name. Option 1. Option 1. Option 2. Option 3. And yes, I'm gonna do this manually because I don't know how to iterate just yet. I just want it to work. Value 1, San Diego. Okay, click on click. On click. Okay, and that's it, right? Oh, I don't need to do this. Okay. What is this? Perfect. I'm glad I can do that. Okay. Everything is okay? Still not working. Why? You know what? I think what I want to do. There's nothing? Okay. By the way, instead of doing that, let's do this. Okay. Now, I have an idea. How to do checkboxes without let's see. I'll leave it there. And then I'm gonna do a new file. Loading. Let's see if this works. Oh, I just want to display it. Let's see. Okay, I don't. I see. That's interesting. All right. So that's when things start to happen, right? Okay. So I guess this is where we're gonna begin to post fetch if server request manual post. I see. So basically, there's a request. Okay. I'm thinking maybe we can send a request. Let's see. Let me delete this because then it's gonna get confusing, right? Oh no, actually, what happens when we delete this? Nothing, right? All right. I think we're gonna start from here. Gonna be requesting it from I'm gonna be requesting it. Let me type it. Let's see, where's my marker? Here. Actually, wait. Let me clean this word. I'm just trying to figure out how to approach this way. Honestly, I was gonna map it. I realized that practice reveals accuracy. No, speculation does not reveal accuracy. Practice does. So, all right. Let's see. I think it's gonna be. I'm gonna need to import it from somewhere else. Then it's gonna take time, of course. But then we're gonna apply gradual um, uploading. Well, that's later. Let's focus on this one. Let me delete this. Content in question. I think I'm understanding. So let's see. Okay, checkbox. Wait, what? And what can the user see? The user can see this. but I don't know. I don't like the fact that they can see that. I think I'm gonna put this within. That's another thing. Never refrain from refrain from okay, one thing at a time. One thing at a time. It's gonna come at the end. Let's make this work first. So you prepare, okay, so you click, then it goes, come on, you click, right? Then it goes to the function, it calls the function, then the function, new format data, new JavaScript. Okay, new format data. Checkbox form. All right, fuck you. Okay. All right, let's start doing this. Never mind, never mind. Then I'm gonna transcribe everything here. Need to do this on the other. Variable. Let's try to, instead of doing the map, let's try to I go to the restroom. I'll display this. Why? I mean, everything's right. What's wrong? Oh, I see. I didn't close the if statement. Duh. Nice. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. That's it for today. I feel tired and I need to do other things, but it's the new approach. That's gonna be the new approach. We're gonna do step by step, very slowly, but accurate. See you.